I was thinking about Fox Cub Runner's legal name back before Dix forgot to pick him up when his birth mother was murdered. It was Clayton Urie, and I was just thinking about an episode of The Brave that I watched. Went down to Mexico, and there was an abandoned gas station, repair shop kind of thing in Sonora or Sinaloa, one of the narco states down there in Mexico. And you know, when you're making a log cabin, you got to pack things in between the big logs, you know, to otherwise, you know, you're kind of just sheltering behind a fence, which is not very warm. And you know, it's a barrier between you and bears maybe, but it's not a barrier between you and the cold. And you know, the chinking material that you want to put in between, you know, it's like various things. You know, it's clay, it's moss, it's, you know, all kinds of weird stuff. And then you pack that in there and it's nice and tight, and then your house is nice and cozy. You take that out of there and you put yourself in an environment where there's nothing you can pack between the logs. Or you have to regulate everything that you pack between the logs. You have to define everything. You have to examine everything. You know, you don't get your shelter built. You get, you know, they leave you over there with the log pile. They don't even bother to cut the trees down, and people just start digging burrows in the ground. And you know, there was a period of time in this country where people were literally living in burrows in the ground, and European people were living in burrows in the ground. So yeah, so it's important. You know, our country was built so that we have these things where I shut that door and the law is on the outside of it. And if somebody's in here peeping, they are breaking the law. And if they go to the police and say, "Look, I was peeping through her wall. This is what I saw," the police, "Nah, I'm arresting you. You were you were invading her privacy." So, and that's why we still have some gypsies. We still have some gas stations. But Indiana, you know, is pushing that limit, you know. And you know, it's pretty hard to tell the difference between Bloomington and a narco state sometimes. Say, "Oh, well, they're not busting in to shoot you down." Yeah, but they're busting in to gas me down. So we're better than a narco state because we're a Nazi state? And, you know, people want to call me a Holocaust denier because they say, whenever they say, you know, Hitler killed 6 million Jews, I said, did he kill 6 million Jews or did he kill 6 million people? And is that the death toll of the camps, or is that the total death toll of the war? And, you know, when I say, well, he also killed the gypsies, they said, well, yeah, but the gypsies weren't innocent. I'm like, and the motherfucking Jews were? Have you met one?